I usually do these little review videos every year, just talking about my year, talking about what happened the past year, what I have planned for the next year, and stuff like that. Normally I'd have a little script done for it, but I figured this year I can't be asked writing a script. I'm just going to improvise. I had some bullet points down, I've memorized them, and then I deleted them because I thought I finished a previous draft of this, but I didn't. So now I'm just winging it fully, which is going to be really interesting to listen to. So yeah, here I am. This is the Polybrow 2021 review / 2022 discussion. Also, there's some background footage of my cat Jack. He's an angel, just to make my voice a bit less unbearable. There's a cat that makes it a lot more bearable. So moving on from that anyway. This year has been not very bountiful for my content. I sort of began the year fairly strong and then sort of fell off, plus ratio, or whatever kids say nowadays. Yeah, it's just one of them things, I suppose. I got very busy with uni, because when I was doing content between 2019 and 2020, that was only my first year of university. Hold on, I feel like I need a burp. There we go. Between 2019 and mid to late 2020 was my first year of uni, and I could balance content creation and stuff then a lot better. But then once I got into my second year, which was 2020 to 21, and now subsequently my third year, I couldn't really maintain that same concentration on content as I did throughout the entirety of 2020. So once I began getting into the proper nitty-gritty of things, I sort of just began to put more focus on uni, and then I sort of fell out of the routine with content creation, and I couldn't really build up that steam again. And as a result of doing a lot of very music-oriented work in uni, I sort of just got a bit burnt out in general. That combined with other projects I was working on was taking up a lot of my, musical concentration. So when I started thinking about doing content again, I couldn't really muster up the energy to do anything massive. I'm still working on a few things. There's some very long-term projects that I started at the beginning of this year that I've been slowly chipping away at. And as I get better, sometimes constantly erasing and restarting. I guess that's just a sign of growth or whatever. I guess it's in the same way that a coder would just get rid of all of the work if they figured out a better way of doing it. It's sort of like that, I suppose. But in terms of content, I've not really done a lot this year, mainly because of being busy, burnout, things like that. It's not been fun. I have been live streaming a bit more though. I sort of got into the routine of that earlier this year, the very beginning. Then I sort of fell off, plus ratio, plus the beating your ass in the quote retweets near the middle of the year, and then I sort of started picking it up again near the end of this year, which is great. You can catch up on VODs for that on Polybrow VODs, and also highlights on Polybrow the Live. I could have just done Polybrow Live, but I called it Polybrow the Live to be quirky and weird. So yeah, there's that as well. Less talking about my content creation, more talking about my life, because outside of content creation, a lot of things have still gone well. For example, I've met a lot of new people and got involved in a lot of projects. The TF2 community, which I sort of just hung around on the outskirts of, didn't really interact with too much. I've got to know plenty of amazing people from there, through whatever means, may it just be wacky antics on Twitter, through working with people, through TF Connect, which is TF Connect I'll talk about later. But it's just been great meeting people, getting to know them, playing with them. It's been a real pleasure. And then very recently, in comparison, probably in September, I got invited to the Troublemakers, which is a group of musical content creators that either started working in Minecraft music and either strayed away from that or are still there now. It's been great. I've just met so many amazing people, and it's been a fabulous year for that, and working on other projects as well. As I said, TF Connect, although I didn't do any music for it in the summer event that we had earlier this year, I still helped out with that, and it was still loads of fun. And then more recently, our winter event earlier in September was loads of fun, wrote some music for that. We got bloody Robin Walker, creator of TF2. Because of course, because of organisational things, we knew about that a couple of months in advance, and it was crazy. Just to hear that, just be like, yeah, we got the creator of Team Fortress 2 on the live stream. They're like, that's amazing, that's massive. I've also worked on a few smaller projects as well. My involvement in them has been smaller in comparison. They're not smaller, but my involvement has been smaller, such as 2B2T Chronicles, which I wrote the season 2 music for this year, and that was amazing. That was great to do. I've sort of always observed the 2B2T community from the side, and not really gotten too engaged other than writing the odd song, but it's really fun watching it and watching content revolving around it, maybe from the bigger YouTubers or from the smaller ones that probably have a more of an involved connection with, I guess, the inner the inner community and stuff like that. It's been great working with new people, meeting new people, interacting with new people, and it's just been a lot of fun. So I'm glad I've had these opportunities presented to me. Now, enough of that. Enough about talking about the past and the present. Let's talk about the future. What am I going to do in 2022? And, well, I cannot really give a definite answer on that because I don't know where my uni work will take me. If things spike in intensity with uni, I'll probably need to dedicate a lot of power to that. I'm not going to sacrifice the $9,000 I've been paying a year for the past 3 years for some measly content. I'm going to get that out of the way, and then once I have a degree under my belt, I'll start making more content if needs be. So don't expect any massive things in the first half of this year unless I somehow find the time for it. But that being said, when I do make massive things, don't expect it to be wholly music or to be wholly things I've done before. Live streams and stuff will still happen. Highlights will still be on Polybrow the Live. But other than that, I'll probably be trying a few new things. A few of the things that I promised that I would do in 2021, both publicly and privately, will probably be done this year, because little old me didn't think that I had to actually have the things pre-prepared before I announced them, like an idiot, you know. I have plans for the year when I have the time to do them, so I'll be doing new things. I'll be doing things that I enjoy and things that I want to do, as opposed to things that please the algorithm. And if those two things happen to align, if I so happen to do something I enjoy that blows up, then I'll be happy with it. It's been a silent year from the YouTube front, but elsewhere I've been feeling quite happy with myself. With my live streaming and stuff, I think I'm the closest to affiliate I've ever been, and even if I don't reach it, I'm still glad I'm nearly there. I think I've actually passed like the average viewer thing that you need, which is like the 3 average viewers or something. I've passed that, and now I just need to get like the hours streamed up and stuff like that. So I am pretty excited for if I actually manage to reach that. And then on like the Twitter front of things, I think my followers have nearly increased by like 100 since the beginning of 2021, which is amazing, because that's people that actively want to listen to me ramble, which is strange. I don't know why anyone would want to hear the brain rot that comes out my mouth sometimes, but it's cool. It's been a year where I've probably seen more and appreciated more of what I have outside of YouTube, whereas 2020 I sort of got my head wrapped around YouTube too much. This year's been a year for a wider scope, so I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for all you. I'm thankful for all the people that I met, all the people that I have met since before 2021 and I've gotten to know better. I hope you all have a nice New Year's, nice New Year celebration. Eat whatever food that you're meant to be eating. What do people eat on New Year's? Like, what is the actual dedicated food for New Year's? Because, right, we have Thanksgiving and Christmas, which tends to be like turkey and stuff, and some people have like KFC on Christmas as well. But like, what do people actually eat on New Year's Day? Like, what is the New Year's Day food? There's all sorts for other events. There's like, I mean, even if you go abroad, there's like Pancake Day in the UK where you have pancakes, you have Easter where you have Easter eggs, you have Halloween where you have like sweets and stuff. But what do you have for New Year's? I mean, we're having like a roast dinner and stuff on New Year's Day. We're having a takeaway on New Year's Eve.